start us off with a quick statement. We'll open it up to questions.
Well, Gary, you just got done talking to the guy that got us off to the start we needed. So proud of the boys for getting back. It was kind of a businessman's-like approach tonight. I thought the kids showed up. I thought we trained well. We kind of expanded our training a little bit. Base running and bunting and doing some things like that where I just kind of think that we need to, especially coming off of a day off. But just happy for the kids to get back into it. I wrote them a letter yesterday and just said, goal is to be 6-6 at the end of the day when the umpire says no mas. And so we were able to do that tonight, and hopefully that'll give us some good feelings heading into the weekend.
You take out that five-batter stretch against Southeastern in the fourth inning, and you can't do that because it happened. But Tyler Hoffman's numbers are ridiculous in his three starts. If you take that, I think like 21 strikeouts, 12 innings, no runs. If you take out that one stretch.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on him?
Well, he's good. That's my initial thought. I was real proud of him tonight because I think what you made mention in that Southeastern game, it was a little bit of what I call a hot knife through butter there for a while. He was in cruise control, and then just a couple of pitches out of the strike zone, and then he just kind of wasn't able to, regroup. And so I saw him a couple times tonight, exit the mound area, kind of get down off, and maybe when he felt he was getting a little bit out of rhythm or what have you, just took a deep breath and he got back on there. So those are learning moments, and, he's good enough to get up there and do what baseball requires, which is make your adjustments in game, and he was able to do that tonight. So he pounds strikes like you saw tonight. He's going to give us a chance every time out. So comforting feeling going into tonight's game, knowing that we got that kind of arm in a midweek start for us today.
Bennett Lee threw out a base stealer. That was the first time that's actually happened this year. He obviously hadn't played many games for you because he came out. How do you feel about him as a defensive catcher with that aspect? Because obviously that, as you mentioned earlier, that becomes on team scouting reports if you can't have the ability to throw guys out.
Yeah, I celebrated that one for sure, so now they're not 100%, so that was good. But no, Bennett's a very capable catch and throw guy for sure, and then obviously the bat is special too, so it was good. I think it had a chance too there for everybody to kind of take a deep breath and say, like, it is possible, right? They're not going to go 100 for 100 this season, so that is something that we have to pay attention to. We are working at it. Pitchers have to do their job, and our catchers have to get better throwing the ball for sure. So big cash out for us there in a situation, that kind of took away some traffic. They gambled on a 90-foot opportunity between second and third, and Bennett threw a strike right there on the base. So good. It was happy. My whole thing going into the game is I kind of wanted to give him, kind of that 5-4 with him and Hayden, 6-3 type of deal. So it's good to get them both in there tonight.
Another good night from Jared Hart at the plate, one of many this year. Looks like he can really be a good leadoff hitter for you.
Yeah, he is, and boy, I thought him and Bernsey both landed on balls in the first inning, that got caught. He smoked the ball right at the center fielder, so that's certainly a quality at bat. And then I thought he had two other really good ones too. He got a two-strike ball that gets inside of his barrel a little bit, which is what we kind of expect in our two-strike approach. We're trying to let the ball travel, trying to see it early, see it long, and try to cover the outside part of the plate, so to speak. And when you do that, you have to give some things up. But he stayed over the thing and was connected enough in a swing to be able to lob a ball out in the outfield with two strikes, and I thought that was a big deal. And then certainly the ability to later in the game, I think, was two strikes also, but let the ball travel and smash the ball to the opposite side of second base. So he had a good night for sure. I thought Bernsey continued to play well. I thought he struck a bunch of balls well tonight. He was running fast on the bases and, really inserted himself well. So, he was kind of the slap the wall guy tonight. But, Hoffman did his thing, and I think Bernsey and Jared kind of set the table at the top of the order. Those guys got a bunch of hits and got on base, and that was a big deal for us tonight.
Thanks a lot. That's kind of the performance you needed.
Yeah, no doubt. Just just like I said, a businessman's like approach by the guys, and when you throw the ball over the plate and you handle it when it's hit to you, good things can happen. So good for us for making an adjustment, and we'll need to carry on this weekend against a good Troy team.
And no errors too after whatever that was.
Yeah, that was not good, Gare. So, but we're not playing football, so we get a chance to get after it sooner rather than later. And the guys found a way tonight, so happy for them.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Coach Jewett. My name's Adam. I work for Tom. I just had a quick question about Trevor Minder. And he's been struggling, obviously. What are some adjustments you think he can make to turn his hitting around?
Well, I think he needs to pull the pin on one of these balls and lob it in somewhere and let it hit the outfield grass, just to get a couple hits. I think that'll do it. But, he's just going through a tough patch, as you know. But, he's going to have to be tough mentally because he's a good player, guys. But he's not coming out. So he's going to have to figure it out on the fly, and we just got to keep working. I think his swing looks a little bit, long and tied up right now, so we're going to have to try to figure out some things to kind of loosen him up a little bit and get him some success. But, he every time I look up, he's got a bat in his hand, and he's working at it. It's important to him. Just going through a tough stretch right now. But one thing I'm going to tell you, and I'll say it to the world, I love that kid. I do. He's a tough kid. He wants it so bad, and I want everybody to know too that we're a new offense. We've got a lot of new players, and even though some of the names are familiar to you guys, they're new to college baseball, and he's one of those guys. Aviles and even Burns and Groff and Logan and certainly Minder. They had 17 games under their belt, and then so that's not a lot of college experience. And the times that they were able to get their feet on the field last year, Grant Matthews, J.J. Artigues, Hudson Haskin, Ty Johnson. I mean, there's a lot of at-bats and experience where, those guys could cover these guys a little bit, but the highlighter has switched. And so now Trevor becomes kind of the guy on the opposite scouting report. It's like, we're not going to let this guy beat us. We got to pitch him tough. And so he's just going to have to try to manage it. But, tough times don't last, but tough people do. And he is a tough kid, and he'll keep working. And we're going to get up tomorrow and get after it and see what we can do. But we need him to get going. There's no doubt about it.
Thanks, Coach. Good win.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.